Just watching someone yawn makes you want to yawn too. In fact, there's a good chance you'll yawn while watching this video. But this isn't just a quirky human habit. The real reason yawning is contagious reveals a sophisticated evolutionary mechanism built into your brain, one that's directly linked to your capacity for empathy and social connection. Most people think yawning is primarily about tiredness or boredom, and that contagious yawning is simply a form of social mimicry, like how we unconsciously mirror other people's postures or expressions during conversation. Popular explanations suggest yawning increases oxygen intake or cools the brain, and that contagious yawning is just a reflexive response with no particular significance. But these explanations don't address why yawning would be contagious in the first place. If yawning were simply about individual physiology, there would be no evolutionary advantage to catching yawns from others. The real explanation involves specialized brain networks, group protection mechanisms, and the neuroscience of social bonding that evolved over millions of years. Research from the University of Pisa using functional MRI brain scanning has revealed that when we observe someone yawn, it activates a specific network in our brains associated with empathy and social mirroring. This is the same neural network that helps us understand others' emotions and perspectives, a crucial foundation for social cooperation. What's particularly striking is how selective contagious yawning can be. Studies from the University of London found that people are significantly more likely to catch yawns from family members and close friends than from strangers. The closer your social bond with someone, the more likely you are to yawn when they do, suggesting this response is tied to emotional connection. This connection to empathy is further supported by research showing that children with autism spectrum disorders, who often have differences in empathy processing, are less susceptible to contagious yawning. Similarly, studies with psychopaths, who typically show reduced empathic responses, found they are far less likely to catch yawns from others, despite normal physiological yawning. But why would evolution link yawning to our empathy networks in the first place? The answer lies in our distant evolutionary past. Ethologists studying animal behavior have found that yawning often occurs during transitions between activity and rest states, moments when group vigilance is particularly important for protection from predators. A study published in the journal Animal Behavior found that when one member of a group of baboons yawns, it spreads through the troop, synchronizing their alertness levels. By catching each other's yawns, the group collectively adjusts their state of arousal, ensuring no individual is significantly less alert than others, crucial for group survival in predator-rich environments. This synchronization theory is further supported by research showing yawning increases brain activity and alertness in the short term. An EEG study from the State University of New York found that yawning produces a distinctive pattern of brain activation associated with increased vigilance for several minutes afterward. Interestingly, contagious yawning appears in only a limited number of species, primarily those with complex social structures and higher cognitive abilities. Besides humans, it's been documented in chimpanzees, bonobos, and domesticated dogs, but is absent in more solitary or less socially complex species. Dogs are a particularly fascinating case. Research from the University of Tokyo found that dogs catch yawns from humans, but are more likely to yawn in response to their owners than to strangers. This suggests that the thousands of years of coevolution between humans and dogs has led to the development of cross-species empathy mechanisms. Even more compelling, a study from the University of Adelaide found that the ability to catch yawns develops in children around the same age as other empathy-related behaviors, typically between 4 and 5 years old. Before this age, children yawn normally, but rarely catch yawns from others, suggesting the contagious aspect develops alongside maturing empathy circuits. This connection between yawning and empathy extends to broader social functioning. Multiple studies have found correlations between susceptibility to contagious yawning and scores on empathy assessment tests. Individuals who readily catch yawns often score higher on other measures of social cognition and emotional intelligence. In our modern environment, This ancient synchronization mechanism continues to function, though its original survival purpose is less relevant. However, research suggests it still serves as an unconscious social bonding tool. A study in the journal PLOS One found that after experiencing contagious yawning, people reported slightly increased feelings of connection with the person who triggered their yawn. The timing of contagious yawns appears significant as well. Neurobiologists at the University of Vienna found that most contagious yawns occur within a 5-minute window of observing someone else yawn, a time frame that would be useful for rapid group synchronization in potentially dangerous transitions between activities. Some researchers now believe contagious yawning may have been one of the earliest forms of emotional contagion in human evolution, a precursor to more complex forms of empathy that would later become crucial for sophisticated social cooperation and culture development. So, the next time you catch yourself yawning after seeing someone else yawn, recognize that you're experiencing an ancient neurological mechanism designed to keep social groups safe and synchronized. It's a small but fascinating window into how your brain is constantly processing social information and maintaining group bonds. This contagion effect is so powerful that even reading or thinking about yawning can trigger the response, which means many of you probably yawned while watching this video. If you found this revelation eye-opening, hit subscribe for more I Bet You Didn't Know videos that expose the unexpected truth behind everyday experiences.